Today's video will discuss chapter 9.4, negative exponents. So I want to start by taking a look at a pattern that's really important to understand if you're going to understand negative exponents. Let's start with this left side, which most people can kind of see this 2 times, or 2 to the first power is 2, 2 to the second power is 4, 2 to the third power would be 2 times 2 times 2, it's not 6. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 more is 8. And 2 to the fourth is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, and that would give me 16. And so a lot of people see that what I'm doing is I'm just multiplying by 2, right? To get from 2 to 4 times 2 times 2 times 2. If I wanted to go backwards, I would be dividing by 2. 16 divided by 2, divided by 2, divided by 2, which means that if I want to keep this pattern going, I should be able to divide by 2, which means 2 divided by 2 is 1. Notice that means it also works if I go 1 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Right? So that keeps the pattern going. Now, the question is, how do I keep going? So now I'm going down. Remember, these are going, as I move up 1, I'm multiplying by 2, because this is the 2 where the multiplied by 2 is coming from. Right? If this were a 4, I'd be multiplying by 4. As I go back now, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, I'm dividing by 2. And again, this is where that 2 is coming from. Right? Divide by 2. So now, divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. Okay, so notice that, and then if you also, you can go the other way, times 2, times 2, times 2, times 2, times 2. Right, so as I move up, I'm multiplying by this number. As I move back, I'm dividing by this number. Okay, and so it's really important that we understand where this is coming from. Now, the other way that people see this is the same as 1 over 2 to the first power, 1 over 2 to the second power, 1 over 2 to the third power, and 1 over 2 to the fourth power. So 2 to the negative 4 is the same as 1 over 2 to the fourth. 2 to the negative third is the same as 1 over 2 to the third. Right? And 2 to the third is 8, but keep in mind if this were a variable instead of a number, it would be important to understand this concept, that 1 over the 2 to the negative 2 is the same as 1 over 2 to the second. I will keep this off to the side for just a moment. Let's take a look at how we might rewrite these numbers without negative exponents. So if I wanted to rewrite this first one without a negative exponent, 3 to the negative fifth is the same as 1 over 3 to the fifth. Right? Y to the negative third is the same as 1 over y to the third. I want you to notice that this number, the 1 over, doesn't change. That's what this is telling us. All right, and then, and this has to do with scientific notation, or same concept as scientific notation, 1 over 1 million, this is the same as 1 over, right, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, this is the same as 1 over 10 to the sixth. Now, if I wanted to write this using a negative exponent, 1 over 10 to the sixth is the same as 10 to the negative 6. And you've probably seen 10 to the negative 6 if you've used scientific notation before. Right? But 10 to the negative 6 is the same as 1 over 10 to the 6, which is the same as 1 over 1 million. And finally, how might you solve an algebra problem with this? 4 times a to the negative third if a equals negative 2. Now keep in mind this negative 3 is only working on the a. It is not also working on the 4. For it to be working on the 4, you would have to have parentheses around all of it. So this exponent only deals with this base. So this is going to be the same as 4 times a to the negative third. And it may make sense for some of you to rewrite this, so this is now 4 times 1 over a to the third. I want you to notice I have not substituted yet in for this, and now is when you might want to think about doing that. So this is going to be 4 times 1 over negative 2 to the third power. Now, let's solve that. I'm going to come back over here. This becomes 4 times, this is negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2, so this is 1 over negative 8, right? The same as 4 over negative 8, and this can be reduced down to negative 1/2. I want you to notice it's not 0.5. Leaving it as a fraction is fine. Okay, and so ideally what you'll see, and some of this stuff I think some of you will eventually become comfortable doing in your head, but for now I would highly encourage you to write a lot of this out, because this way you're not going to make a mistake of multiplying negative 2 times negative 3 and getting something like positive 6. A lot of people get 24 as their answer. right? Because you go negative 3 times negative 2 gives you positive 6 times 4, and now you got 24, and that's not even close to the answer, right? I mean, as you can see, it's not even remotely near it. And so, the idea of kind of writing out each of these steps makes it so you're less likely to make a careless error like that. All right, keep this idea in mind. Again, you can use any number. Obviously you can use letters as well. 2 is one that I use just because a lot of people are very comfortable multiplying and dividing by 2. But this is a really important concept to understand, this idea of where this pattern is coming from as you move up and down with the exponents. All right, that's all we got for you on negative exponents. Thanks very much for watching the video. Don't forget to do the problems on the bottom page. I'll see you in class.